Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Um, this is a WW Super Bowl Eats and Treats collab that I am in with several other fantastic channels. I would like to thank Joan over at Joan's Pointed Plate for inviting me to be part of this collab. And I have to admit, my my video is probably pretty much of a hot mess, but I am bringing you my version of breaded hot buffalo sticky chicken tenders. So I think the actual title I put to this was sticky buffalo chicken fingers or something like that. Anyway, I have a step-by-step cook with me coming up so you can see my Super Bowl uh, eats if I watched the Super Bowl, which I won't because the Browns aren't in it. But hey, next year, the Browns are going to make it. I just know they are. I don't care who wins this year, but I'm telling you, next year, the Cleveland Browns are going to be in the Super Bowl. And when they do, I'm going to make this dish. Thanks again, Joan, for inviting me. I hope you guys will watch all the videos that are included. I'm going to link all their channels below. I'm sure they're going to have some fantastic things. I've seen everything from appetizers to main dishes to desserts coming up. So I'm excited to watch it. And again, thanks, Joan, for inviting me to be a part of this. And you guys have a great day. And I hope you are eating healthy and that you try this chicken tender sticky buffalo thing that I'm showing you. All right, guys, have fun. Okay, for my WW Super Bowl Eats and Treats collab, I'm doing sticky buffalo chicken tenders. I have, the recipe calls for a pound. This is just under a pound of chicken breast that I've just cut up into little chunks. So you need that. You need 3 beaten eggs. I have a quarter cup of all-purpose flour, 10 tablespoons of ketchup. I use the sugar-free. Need a 1/3 cup of hot sauce. I use the Frank's. You can use any hot sauce you like. 1/3 cup of that. About a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and I'm using the Swerve brown sugar replacement. This has 0 points, 0 calories in it. And then it calls, the original recipe calls for a cup of panko breadcrumbs, which I'm not using. I have ground up Cheerios that I'll show you in a second. A cup of Cheerios that I just put in my food processor to make it fine. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the eggs into put the chicken into the eggs, and I'm just going to coat the chicken with the eggs. And these are just 3 eggs that I beat up with a fork. So, not rocket science. Okay. And I'm just going to get those all coated with the egg and stir it up a little bit. I can't find my tripod, so I'm trying to do this all one-handed here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next, I don't think I even need that flour. I think I did this wrong. I was supposed to do the flour first and then the egg and then the breadcrumb. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so what I decided to do was combine the Cheerios and the flour into this bag. And then I'm just going to take the chicken and drop them in the bag a few at a time. And we do the old shake and bake method. Remember the shake and bake packets we used to get when we wanted to bread chicken the lazy way? So I'm just going to let the chicken drip off here a little bit and then put it in that mixture. Then I'm going to shake it like crazy. I might actually do it all at once. I've already sprayed a baking dish with Pam, and my oven is preheated to 450 degrees. Now, you don't have to have your oven that high. I have mine that high because mine cooks kind of cool. I found that out the hard way when I was baking. It doesn't quite get up to the temperature it's set, so just a few more pieces here. And then our goal is to just lightly bread these chicken chunks. They're eventually going to get covered with sauce, so we don't want a lot of breading. Okay, I've got them all in there. Let me wipe my hands off. Alright, and then I'm going to shake. Shake, 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 shake. Twist and turn them around here so they all get coated. And I think they're looking pretty good. I would normally use a like a gallon-sized freezer bag to do this, but I'm out of gallon-sized freezer bags. So I had one of those slow cooker bags I just used. Alright, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well or not. But see, it's just a light coating on there. So now I'm just going to put them into my baking dish. And I got to tell you, I'm an old Hungarian cook, so for me to tell you how long to cook these things, I cook them till they're done. You know, I kind of keep an eye on them, and I just, when they look done and they smell done, they're done. So probably about 20 to 25 minutes. And while that is cooking, while they're baking, we're going to make the sauce. Because the sauce is, you know, what really makes these things good. Now, on the blue plan, this whole dish, this whole chicken thing, is 6 points. So, and it depends how many servings you get. Really depends on how big your chicken breast is. Like I said, mine is not quite 1 pound. So, and I'm the only one here, so for me it's going to be 1 serving. So, you can use, I saw a recipe with this, if I had it, I probably would try it, that you can use instead of Cheerios. Actually, it's what gave me the Cheerios idea. You can use Captain Crunch on the for the breading. I think that might have been in the Hungry Girl magazine that I saw that. But I don't have Captain Crunch, so I have Cheerios. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so I've got all my, I think I got them all. Yep. Got them all. This bag's no good anymore. We're going to toss that. I'm going to put this in the oven. And I'll bring you back in a second to make this. Okay. For the sauce, I have my 10 tablespoons of ketchup in there. That's the sugar-free ketchup. My half of cup of my Swerve brown sugar replacement. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. 3 tablespoons of just plain old water. And 1/3 cup of the hot sauce. And I'm going to give this a stir, and I'm going to bring it to a boil and then let it simmer for a little bit. I'll bring you back when that's done. Alright, so my chicken chunks are all cut. They all look nice and crispy. So I'm going to take my sauce that, I cooled it down a little bit. And you can do it 2 different ways. You can either toss the chicken chunks right in here. I think I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Alright, so I just put the chicken chunks inside my saucepan and I tossed it around so that everything's all coated. I'm going to put these back in my pan, in my baking dish. I'm going to spray a little bit. And I'm going to warm these up a little bit because they've been sitting here. My son came over to visit, so everything for me cooled off. You normally can just serve this directly. So, the way I made it today, this is 2 servings, and it is, I believe, 1 point each. But I will let you know in the description down below exactly how much it is on the blue plan. So, that is my buffalo chicken sticky tenders. I hope you enjoyed this.